Hello everyone, welcome back to FTRL for week 4 of our 22nd season of Gran Turismo, and I am back this week and I am joined once again by my favourite kitchen heating appliance. Good evening, Oven.
Good evening. How are we, Zach? How are we feeling?
I am
We've
good.
missed you last week.
Yes, we missed me last week. Back now, Dream Team is back together. For GT1, so yeah, feeling not too bad, and we are back for some more commentary.
Hurrah, hurrah to those, applause.
Yes.
Fantastic. I don't know if you watched the stream last week, Zach.
I did
for
not.
5 minutes it was silent because I forgot to unmute the YouTube button thing. So
yeah.
I was told everything, but that I think that should have been unmuted, but it was just muted. So thanks to Faber and Unsafe for saving me there. Both saving me in the chat as well.
I have done that. It was many moons ago I did it, but I have done it.
Yeah. Just a good as well. Phoebe's in the chat, so hello, mate. Good luck as well. I know you're racing tonight.
I know, we've got quite a few replacements, haven't we? So we'll get some GT2 boys in.
Yes.
Do you want to run us through the GT2?
Yes, I can. So, replacing, I believe. So, I'll hang on, just get the display up all. Yes, so replacing Simon in Team Valvoline is where is he? Where's he gone now? I'm trying to find him. Is Faber.
Yeah,
the leading GT2 driver at the moment. He's absolutely smashing it. He's doing a really great job. Joker is replacing Callum in the Rothmans. Teammates with Lee, of course. Again, had a really great race. Showed some great pace yesterday in horrible conditions in the Nürburgring. And of course, there is the legend himself, Mikey, who is replacing Aaron, who is away on his Hollybobs. So,
yep, we've got
it's interesting.
Yeah, I've got quite a few. And I mean, if we don't already know, it's reversed this evening. So Grand Valley is a track we've done fairly recently. It was I think it was the last track that they added in the update. So we have done it a few times over the last few seasons. I really like it forward, but reverse, this might... I mean, it's a difficult track, there's no doubt about it, even forward, let alone reverse. Traction-wise, this track is up there, probably the most difficult in the game, I would say. Particularly this section that they're all coming to now, with this very, very twisty around here. So yeah, there's coming up to it now. So yeah.
I mean, we were having the conversation, weren't we, just before we went live, about how we don't like the reverse tracks. I think
no.
Because I think with the camber of the tracks and the corners that are designed to go in the one direction, great band as well. You know, we just think that it just sort of it feels like it's weird driving the car on a backwards track in effect.
Yeah. I mean, I was glad that I missed Sardegna B. The track I missed was the reverse of Sardegna B. Even though I love Sardegna B, the reverse scared me. So yeah, I was glad I missed that one out of them all.
Yeah, I got away my own words, but I quite enjoyed that actually.
Did you actually? Yeah.
Yeah, I had the race of my FTRL career, I think, with Faber. Yeah, but it was good. But I mean, last week was very, very good. Witcher took a double win, didn't he? As doing Witcher things. But this is a very testing track, isn't it? This Zach?
Very.
So I think
I love it.
If there is to be an upset, it probably would come here, I would say.
Yeah, I absolutely love this track. Reversed, I don't know. I know well done, obviously, he won a race around here. He done very, very well around here. Obviously, it's not reverse grid this time. I mean, he didn't exactly... He was only P7, so it wasn't like he started at the front when he won. So...
yeah. Well, it should be interesting. I think mediums can set between, I think, a low 146 to a mid 147, low 148. I'm setting low 146 as Witcher is in the lobby. Anyone normal without alien DNA would probably be setting 47 to 48. So softs maybe 45s, 46, 44 potentially.
Potentially, yeah.
I think everyone started on the mediums. As Pagani has gone Tokyo Drift out of
I saw that.
But I'm going to call the multi-story car park.
Yeah, that's James's title for the tunnel. I mean, it's a weird position tunnel just in the middle of a rock, isn't it? It's a bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, we can
strange.
talk about gradient if you like. I love a bit of gradient.
Yeah, there is a lot around here. That's a good point. There's just a lot.
Yeah, I mean the sedimentary rock on the cliff face is also
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. Very scenic,
Yeah,
this
right.
one, isn't it? Let's try.
Yeah. Let's not talk about the racing actually while we're here. It's just fantastic
rocks.
viewing for spectators. I love rocks.
We're just going to talk about
I know.
geology for the entire.
No one wants to see that. No one wants to see that.
FTRL does National Geographic.
Here we can see a rock. It's circular with a few dents in it. It looks like it's
That's
been
just
kicked
from
by
Mikey.
a school kid.
That's just Mikey crashing into it.
Yeah, that was I'm just Mikey, just spinning into it. I was gonna say it's like when you get that one lonely kid who like in like a movie would just kick a pebble across the floor and round it out.
Yeah.
There's a TikTok that I watch. It's an account that's just dedicated to this bloke who every day kicks the same rock on his way to work and back to try and make it circle.
I've seen that.
I just think it's the best thing that's ever happened.
I've seen that. Oh dear.
Well, they start their flying laps anyway.
Yes. Oh, that's that. It looks really tricky, that downhill bit into the multi-story car park. It does look quite difficult. Like
It does,
a couple of
doesn't it?
corners at the top. It looks pretty horrible.
Well, the current championship leader is out in first, I believe, or is Fever? No, it is definitely Witchell.
There's Witchell
Yes.
and Lee.
We haven't seen the best of Tom, have we, this season?
No, we haven't. I think it's been quality that's been the issue, though. Not race pace.
Tom's always a slow starter, and that's not just in football when he gets going. He's really quick, but off the line, he's incredibly slow.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting. I think he's got to score big points. I think Jaeger Bombs are sitting third in the constructors at the moment. So I think a big week really is needed here for the Bomb boys, and Tom in particular, if he wants that title off Witchell. It was down to 2 points at the end of last season, wasn't it? So
Witchell does like this car. This is self-confessed Witchell's favourite car in the game, which obviously is adding to the pace that Witchell does have, obviously.
Yeah, it does help, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly a massive fan of the car, so yeah, that's an extra element that Tom has to deal with.
But here he is, he's coming up to the line now.
Yeah, he is indeed. 47, 46.8 straight away. There we go.
Was that a penalty?
Was it?
No, it wasn't. On mine it is red.
There's Biggles, 49 flats, that is. Mikey with a 49.50.2. We've got Rom, what's he going to be on? At least he's on 48, I would say. 48.6 it is.
Well, Tom is 0.8 slower than Witchell, but I'm on board with Witchell. I have been since the start of his first flying lap, and every corner is the same line. Every corner he takes the same braking.
Up to 4. That's a good lap.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. That is what I'm racing against, so that's fun.
Yeah, he has been in GT1.
Yeah, Fever's a great driver and a great bloke as well, I will say. Very good to race against. He gives you a hard but fair race.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Agreed.
No, he's fair play to him. It's probably where he should be in GT1. I think it won't be a matter of time really before he's there. But yeah, I mean, I'm saying about Witchell here, Zach, every line is perfect. Every braking zone is perfect. He stops on a dime when he needs to. The car's rotated beautifully. It's quite different because I'm used to watching O'Don and Arsenal and Azus, who are all horrific minus Arsenal. He's got some ability. But yeah, it's just it's incredible to watch actually.
From what I've watched so far, Graham looks tuned into this track.
I think Graham's tuned into this car.
He's in P3 and he's a 1.5 temps up so far through this lap, and he just looked really, really comfortable through that sector as Toy Smith goes 3 temps off Witchell now. But Graham looks very, very stable through this last sector, this looks like a very, very decent lap. So I think this will be an improvement, I would assume. It is, I was right, it is a decent improvement there. So that's maintained as P3, that's a decent lap from Graham.
Yeah, he had a great race last week as well, and the week before at Watkins
He's
Glen.
good when it involves tyre wear. He's a wizard on his tyres. That's Chubbs, P2, 47.1, same as Tom near enough, 8,000 between them, so it's fairly tight, that one, isn't it?
Chubbs won that pace is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's one of the best in the league.
Which means it's just if he can get it consistent.
Yeah, said that for years, about a year.
Yeah.
I think Captain Chubbs, he's rapid.
SBY in 5th as well. That's
good lap. Fever's still in 6th as well. That's
he's ahead of Panda, Bagels, Rom, Lee, Ross, and Pagani.
Pagani's not enjoying himself at the moment.
No, I don't think he enjoys his track, does he?
He does not let this track forward, let alone backwards. So
well,
I'm not expecting miracles. Ross is also not having a good time of it as well in this car. In this track, I don't believe.
No, it is. Like we said, it is a technical track, isn't it, Grand Valley, and has been in the game for years. It's just changed scenery. But it's always been the toughest track to drive, I would say. There's some people coming into this.
There's just so many corners. There's quick. Yeah. There's slow. There's some tricky lefts, tricky rights. It's very, very tricky. It's not like a predominant when you get one that's just predominantly like this would normally just be a reverse, a left-hander. There are quite a lot of rights as well. Still, like it's not.
Yeah, some are wide entry, some are tight entry.
Just, yeah, it tightens up at points, it widens at points. It's just a very, very varied track, which causes the issues really.
So we've seen the first round of pit stops.
Wells in P5, so again, Wells showing his ability round here, and he's not far off his personal best, and his tyres are gone. So it's a good sign for Will that he's managing to. Pace-wise,
we've I mean he's from Hull, but he has had a slow start to the season. He won't mind me saying that. But I think he's not liked a couple of the tracks. And to be honest, unfortunately, sometimes that's how it is, isn't it? You know, there are some tracks where you really do like, and then some tracks you just absolutely can't stand. So some seasons could have all the tracks you like, and you could end up winning. Like me for GT3 last season, it wasn't really a track I disliked.
Yeah.
But then GT2, Jesus, there's 2 or 3 I reckon I'm not too confident on. So.
Yeah. I mean, so far I would say that it's going mostly with the form book, but this track does have. There are a few people that really do enjoy this track, which I think might be showing at the moment. Those couple of people that excel a little bit more around here, Will, Graham. They do seem to do well around here. Pagani doesn't seem to enjoy it. However, he is on a lap at the moment, so I'll keep on board with him and see if he comes around the final corner.
Yeah. Unsafe has just said in the chat that I believe is actually factually correct that it took Fever 2 seasons to get up to speed with GT Sport, but once we both raced in GT1 for a couple of seasons, he got quicker than me. He said it's frustrating, but he's right. It's a great chance for Phoebes tonight.
Pagani jumped up to P6. It's a decent lap.
Well, Mr. I don't like this track. He's still top 6, so.
It's not too bad. Just ahead of SBY.
He's
got a penalty. Yeah.
Mikey. Improving. Good lad. It was between me and Mikey for tonight's race, and I did allow Michael. So I say allow. I hate this track. I wouldn't do any better than 14th in this.
Well, we've got Biggles in P9 as well. That's decent. He's ahead of Rom. Rom's a little bit. And he is up actually through the first sector. The Rom did win this race in P1 last season. Me and Rom were together until the last stint when he buggered off into the distance.
Yes, I remember this.
Yeah, and it wasn't helped by my spin as well.
Well, I'm sure there's a GT2 win coming for you this season.
Well, I hate the calendar. I'll be honest. The tracks do not suit me at all.
Never mind, JT3 is for you next season.
Yeah, it's,
wow, it's a tough
we'll
one.
see.
It's a tough one. But this could be so interesting tonight. Biggles, I want to point out as well, has had a much better start to the season than last. He looks more racy, more competitive.
Yeah.
Now I'm right in saying that he is Witchell's teammate this season. Now I don't know if that helped from Witchell as a tool assisted Biggles' pace. You know, he's got to take credit for himself. He's still got to be able to do it and drive it. But I think having the fastest driver in FTRL, probably history.
Yeah, does help.
Is always helpful.
Well, Rom's up to B7. Pagani's jumped to B4. Mike has massively improved up to B12, so he had nearly a 1 second faster lap. We've got Ross on his out lap now. Ross is down in P13. Feber jumped to P4, is that? Or P5?
That is P4 indeed.
P4, it is.
The 47.4, he's only 0.3 off Tom.
Now, this is going to be 1 lap for Ross, and this is incredibly important. He is down in P14 at the moment, so...
Yep. Will is on a run, Panda is on a run.
SPY is way off there, that's going to have ruined his lap. He got that shape all wrong through the multi-storey car park, just before it. This is going to be way down, I'd imagine.
Yes, is up into sector 3.
SPY is 4 times down, so his lap is done already, to be honest.
Is Leo? We're about to see.
Don't know, he's coming round. But it's tricky part now.
Yeah, it's a horrible, horrible sector, isn't it?
I'll keep an eye on Ross. What's he got? I've literally just missed the first sector split by a second as I went on to him. Oh, it's close. Wow. Into the 46s. It's not far off, but that is it for Tom. He's going to have to settle for best at P2.
That is a great lap from Tom as well.
Bigelow's on the 48s as well, up to P10. I'm keeping on with Ross just to see if he can make... Is he backed off? No, where's he going? He had an absolute...
Witchell has extended his lead at the top with a 46.7. Mikey's coming across the line now. He does improve and he goes 11th. He jumps Lee. But Lee's crossing the line now, who does improve and jumps back past Mikey. But Mikey ahead of Joker and Ross at the moment, but Ross is coming into the last sector.
Ross is backed off.
He has backed off.
He's it's been a bit of a nightmare.
That.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, so yeah, down the back, coming from the back. So Feber, one of the standards here, P6. There's Will. I said to you at the start of the night, he likes it around here. He has P5, his best of the season by, I'd say, a long way actually. Well, good job from him.
A P6 in GT1 is no mean feat.
That's a very good lap. 47.4. Graham P4, Captain Chubb's P3. So yeah, my standards from that are Graham, Will, and Feber, I would say. Those 3 there. P4,
yeah,
P6.
Absolutely.
Standouts.
I mean, can we just say Mikey not to be last as well?
Mikey, the thing is with Mikey is his quali pace this season has been pretty incredible, I would say.
I mean, we won't class Nürburgring because he didn't even realise he was on that quick of a lap. I think the track just tried out. But at Sardinia, when he did qualify rightfully on pole,
and then also
we were all shocked in the round 1, wasn't it? As well.
Yeah, what was round 1? I can't remember what round 1 was.
It was.
Oh, Deep Forest? Was it Deep Forest?
I'm not too sure.
I can't remember what it was.
But either way,
it was. It was.
It can all change. It can all change, can't it? It can all change into turn 1. So.
Yep.
But luckily, there's not really a heavy braking zone straight away, but there is the one at the end after the bridge. Joker's just having trouble with life, it seems.
That's everything he's having trouble with, clearly.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's your order for 33 lap race. So we've got the usual top two, really. You would say the usual.
Yeah, 2 tenths separating them.
And 2 times back to Chubbs, 2 times back to Graham. So yeah. Top 4, and then at the back end you've got Ross, who I would imagine will be coming back through the pack. I would suspect. So we'll keep an eye on how he's going to manage as we are on the grid, and everyone's starting on the mediums. 33 laps awaits them. Probably going to be 1 or 2 stops, I would imagine. Maybe even 3 for some people. Probably 2 or 3, I would say, for this track. 5 red lights, and we are off for week 4. Oh, some tyre squealing there, but Witcher seems to get off the line perfectly well. T. Smith slips in behind P2. Captain Chubbs is currently P3 still. And then we've got Graham. We've got Well behind, trying to go round the outside of Graham. He's alongside. Near enough. We've got Fever having a look down the inside of Well as they come through the next part. It's side by side between Fever and Well. Well seems to hold it though. And then behind that we've got Rom in P7. We've got Biggles who's moved up to P8. There's someone in the background. That's Mike that's went round at the background. It's still fighting between Biggles and... who's that in front? It is Rom. Biggles hit the wall on the exit, but he seems to have held it from Pagani. SBY's now trying to go alongside Pagani. Pagani's letting them through, so I don't know what's happened to Pagani. Lobby, restart, tyre, glitch.
Yes, some of them are on the softs. Graham, for example, and... oh no, it is unfortunately just Graham. Well,
however, what I will say is I am not sure, because this has happened to me, and it wasn't actually on softs.
Yes, I do remember that. That was week 2, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. I wasn't not on softs because I did 10 laps in which I could only do 10 laps on the mediums, and I could only do 6 laps on the softs. So 1,000,000% I was on mediums. Like, as much as it said I was on softs, there was no doubt I was on mediums. So whether that was the same thing there.
Well, we don't know, but this... so Witchell, Graham was starting on the softs when he was indeed on the mediums. We think it was the tyre glitch where it says he's on the softs but he's on the mediums, but just to be sure, we are giving it a restart. Well, unfortunate, but the grid will obviously be the same. Gives people a second chance here as well now. At a start, it'd be a shame for the ones that made up places, but a second chance of redemption for those that did have a slow start. Graham wasn't the quickest off the line, although he managed to hold his position. So let's just see what can happen here. Oh no, this is just Gran Turismo in a nutshell, isn't it?
I don't know why it keeps happening.
There's never one smooth week, is there?
It keeps happening though, and it's just it's a stupid thing. Like it shouldn't.
It's like I don't know if anyone had the issue with the what was it, the daily races, where it would just be the infamous black screen. Lobby is back up as well, guys. If you're in the chat, yeah. So a bit frustrating. By that we mean very frustrating.
It's never a clean, smooth week in Gran Turismo. Some sort of issue.
As always. But everyone is now on the mediums. Yeah, Graham has joined and gone straight onto the mediums, so that does indicate that he was indeed starting on the mediums.
Yeah, well, hopefully smooth second time round. So they'll need to go on their cars, and then Lee will be doing a custom grid.
Absolutely, we can hope so. Well, you're a bit tired there, Zach, mate.
Yeah.
What have you done today? I suppose you've been wrapped up in bed all day, haven't you?
Yeah, still quite tired, I'll be honest.
Well, it's half term, luckily, so we have a week off.
Uh,
got any plans for your week off?
Not really. Watching Formula 1 this weekend. Not
That's
much
a
else.
good
I'll be honest. I'm not at work at the moment. I've got time off, so.
Tuning into the Villa
I will be. Yes.
on the
I will
Sunday.
be.
Good lad. Good lad. Can we have
Also-
predictions? Early on predictions.
Well, before that, also just on the fact I'm off sick currently from work is I never realised they actually have company sick pay, so I'm getting full pay.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Got a shock when I
That's
looked at
exactly
my pay
what you
slip
wanna
and I was
hear.
like, oh Christ, giving me full
That's exactly
pay.
what we want to hear.
But, it's beautiful.
Zach, hit me with the Villa Luton result. What's the prediction?
I mean, I'm hoping for about a 5-6-0 as I've captained Watkins for this week. So I'm hoping for a comfortable 5-6-0 win with a Watkins hat trick, 2 assists, and maybe a Torres 2 goals as well because I've got him. So that's my hope.
It could be. We never know, do we? We never know.
No, so that's my hope. Currently it's 0-0 between Crystal Palace and Tottenham if anyone's interested. So yeah, not much happening in that game. But yeah, that'd be my prediction. I would go for a comfortable 4-5-0 win.
I'd say that'd be quite a sensible pick, actually.
Well, the way we're playing, and unfortunately Luton, as much as I am enjoying watching Luton in the Premier League, it's probably a step too far for them.
Ever so slightly, I would say.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly.
It's a bit like Blackpool, but Blackpool actually did put up a good fight when Blackpool were there. Like, they went down the last season by like a point.
Yes, I believe they did it actually.
And they had a quite a good season. I mean, after 2 games, I'm pretty sure they were top of the league. Remember they thumped Wigan like 5-0 or something on their debut. So yeah, that's the best comparison I have is looking to Blackpool. But I would say Blackpool were much more prepared than Luton have.
Yeah, well, it's going to set them up for success.
They got money.
As I would like to say. Exactly. Well,
Hundreds of millions of pounds will be a lot of money for Luton.
yes, exactly.
Maybe they could finally do up the shithole that is Luton. Sorry if anyone
Poor
wants to
Luton,
Luton. Apologies. Ricky, here we go again. Right, let's hope second time lucky. Everyone appears to be on medium, so that's always a good start. Right. Well, starting once again on the front row, Witchell and Tom as the 5 red lights reappear for the second time. Should be good for this one, and we are off. And again, decent start from Witchell. He's a good starter. T Smith in P2, Captain Chubbs again in P3. We've got Graham, who's just nearly alongside Captain Chubbs. He's just there alongside. There's a bit of fighting going on there. We've got Will in the background as well. And Fever is currently Will and Graham side by side into the next corner. And it's a go! It's a crash there between Will and Graham. Oh, Fever then taps Graham in the back. And unfortunately for Will, he is down in P12. To be honest, that's actually... Oh, Jesus, there's someone in the back. SPY smashed it in the multi-storey car park on the way down. It seems to be alright.
Oh dear,
Will's got
dear.
half away with that, to be honest. I don't know if he's done a 360, because he's only in P12 and he's still with the pack. So that's not actually been horrendous. I mean, it's not been helpful, but sort of got away with it. I don't know what happened between Graham and Will there.
No,
Not
well,
entirely
Graham
sure.
doesn't seem to have lost out there at all, so that's always positive. But Will has got the safety of his teammate behind him, so
Have to worry
that is
about
always
that.
positive.
And we've got Rob currently P6. He's moved up a couple of places.
Oh,
Biggles
has touched the
Oh, I
grass.
saw that right. I was on board with Rom, so I caught that. Oh, down the inside goes Mike. Oh no, Will, sorry, that is Will. Down the inside, and he does.
And Mikey is in the slipstream, and Pickles has had a poor run out of there. Mikey has to send it here for sure. Coming at the top, he's so close.
Oh, he's
I'm on board
trying
with
to.
him now.
He's trying to have a look. Oh, he's pulling out. He's going. Round the outside, that's brave. Nah, he's not managing that. Ambitious. Oh, I think they all hit the wall there, and it's very wide. Oh, Jesus. They all hit the wall. Every one of them on the exit.
Mikey seems to have got the slightly better run here. SPY will have the inside.
Why is there someone in the chat called Fickerdane? What?
Good day.
Get in! Oh, it proper caught me. Oh, geez. Right,
Please tell me this is Fat Dane's cousin or sister or wife or something, please.
I just got the bottom right. Oh, it's not. It's not the missus. That's disappointing.
That's a shame.
Oh, there's a lot of penalties here between SBY and Mike at the moment down the back end of the field. Witchell's currently a second ahead of T Smith. Going back to this battle at the back because it's very interesting. It's currently they're all separated by about half a second here, and they've all got penalties. So
I'll keep eyes on front then.
Yeah, you keep an eye on the front. I'm keeping an eye on Biggles versus Mike, which is still going. Oh, there's contact. Oh, they're all right. Mike's still ahead though. Biggles having a look again. I'm going to jump slightly forward now and have a look. Oh, there's Feber and... Is that Lee? Feber and Lee going side by side? Is that...
And Joker's too close to them as well.
Oh yeah, Joker's had a good start. Up to P9. You start P13, I mean you did.
It's the misses.
Ross is up to P10 as well, so he's had a decent start. He's...
More importantly, there is a thicker Dane in the chat, and that is none other than the thickest of Danes himself, Smithies. Good evening.
Apparently, I said I'm not. Well, this is awkward. I think it actually is his missus, which is incredible.
It is. He's corrected.
Definitely is. That is incredible.
On the same release, imagine being Mikey of reserve in all three divisions and sucking all of them. Well.
Oh, side by side, Joker and Feber. That was. Oh, it was ugly. I'll be honest. It was.
Ross has had a great run as well on Joker.
It wasn't.
There.
I think Joker hit into Feber by the look of it, and they ended up getting overtook by Ross there in the process, but Feber has got the move done.
There is a Pagani Roman Graham train here.
There is indeed.
And they're not too far from Tom and Chubbs either, and Tom isn't losing Witchell either.
They're all quite nicely together still, I would say. They're not too dissimilar.
I'd say so. There's
and then we've got Ross,
3-4 seconds.
Who's had a good start to P8 now. He's got past Feber, and then comes Joker. Then it comes this little train, Panda, SBY, Mike, and Biggles. So yeah, some recoveries going on here. Ross up to P8 now. Joker up to P10, so some movements. Fortunately for Will, he's down in P11, but he has got pace round here, as we know, so...
it's a great start from Ross, really climbing all the way from 14th.
Yeah, it keeps out of trouble, Ross, which helps in these situations. They're starting down the back.
And Mikey isn't last.
No, he is not. Good start from Graham as well. Sitting P4. Decent gap behind as well. I think if Graham would be happy with a P4 before the start of the night, so. He's good on tyre as well, as we know. I mean, Witchell's the worst on tyre wear, as he usually is. T Smith is better than Witchell, Captain Chubbs is better than the top two, and Graham is better than the top three. So it goes in order. The top four in tyre wear. Worst to best, which is quite interesting.
It is. But Witchell isn't pulling away from Tom. I've been on board with Tom now for a lap. He's not pulling away.
Pagani is close to Rom. He is right there. Now, Pagani's issue is tyre wear, which is not helped by the pad he's on compared to the wheel situation at present.
Yeah. We have noticed that, especially of recent, the tyre wear difference between wheel and pad is
pretty considerable.
It is, yeah. The benefits of pad is the full lock to full lock, which the wheels don't get. So in the tighter corners, it is preferable to be on the controller, but for the long swinging corners, it is much better to be on a wheel.
Yeah, in the background, Joker had a bit of a moment through the last few corners, and hence he's now back down to P12, and he is being swamped by the two behind him as Biggles goes down the inside. Then Mike does this. Oh my God, Mike! Has he just done a double overtake?
I think he has.
Oh my God! He has!
I think racing with me has actually paid off.
Oh no, he's still side by side, but look, oh, he's still done it. Like, go, Mike's done it.
Go on, Mike!
What on earth? That might be my
Mikey!
most surprising moment of my life there when he done that overtake. Oh my God.
In the field, Zach, there is a huge gap of 3.2 seconds between 7th and 8th of Lee and Ross. Faber has picked up another penalty and is 1.5 seconds now off Ross, 2.3 ahead of Panda. But then Lee is 2.2 ahead of Pagani. So Lee's in no man's land here at the moment. You're not too far off Pagani, but quite ahead of Ross with 3 seconds. But again, this train of Pagani, Rom and Graham is still going on. Graham's pulling out a bit more now, closing in on Chubbs, who's having a fantastic race at the moment. The Dragon Trail Seaside, Chubbs did make a mistake last minute, which did cost him.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Well, this has allowed Pagani.
And Pagani ended up on the dot there as well.
Yeah,
That was
indeed.
That was very close from Rom there, like very, very close. It was.
Well, Witchell's pulling away he's pulled away in 4 tenths in 2 laps on Tom.
He's still there though, Tom, and Witchell's tyre wear is considerably worse. So whether that comes into play,
that's a 2 laps at least worth of wear difference between the pair of them.
That's pretty substantial. I mean, Witchell is clearly not affecting his pace though. He's went quicker every lap so far, but.
One
thing I will notice, it will drop up at some point, but this track, for some unbeknown reason, tyre wear doesn't have as much impact as you might think on pace around here. Something I've noticed from the races we've done here, like it's not a huge factor. I mean,
Mikey's double overtake did only last a lap.
Oh, is he back down?
He's in 13.
I mean, he still overtook one. Still though, one of the highlights of my life, that. Captain Chubbs just at 49 flat, so he is about 6 tenths off Witchell just done last lap. Tom's 4 tenths off Witchell at the moment, so Graham's consistent in the low 49s, high 48s. Behind, that's when the time seems to drop off. I mean, there's quite a substantial chunk to Rom's times. However, Rom has just went 7 tenths quicker through the first sector, so on his personal best, which
well, I don't know what he's been doing for the last 5 laps, but
that's I mean, to say that's a big chunk, that's a pretty monstrous amount of time in one sector.
You could call that thick chunk.
Yeah.
Gaines, would you like to comment? 2.2 the gap to Witchell. An undercut from Witchell could either bring him out in traffic and cost him, or he could time it perfectly. Now, if I was Tom, I would do the opposite of what Witchell does.
The undercut's quite powerful here. As much as tyre wear isn't humongously affected, it does start to affect it right at the very end. And I remember the undercut working quite well on previous.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm watching them both drive, and Tom is upshifting a bit more regularly to a reduced wheel spin into the slow speed corners than Witchell. 3
times quicker on that last lap. Time slowed down a little bit for Witchell. I mean, he went within 1/1000 of a second on the last 2 laps. I mean, certainly consistent. From Witchell. Chubbs has dropped off quite a bit. Now, he's had not a good lap, and he's got a penalty as well, so he's going to drop behind Graham, who is driving. Graham is driving it expertly. Look at his times.
He's consistent, isn't he?
He's having a very, very good time of it. Captain Chubbs, he's not serving that penalty that time. It's next lap he'll get it, just because of when he's picked it up. Rom's also picked up one as well. Now, Rom set once again a 49.5, but once again he's went over half a second up through the first sector. Where is he losing time on this lap? He's losing it somewhere, because he's half a second up for the first sector. So he's going somewhere.
Phoebe's gaining in on Ross as well, which
Ross has had one decent lap, and then he's in the 50s and high 49s again. So I just don't think Ross is gelling with this track at all.
No, but Panda's pace is slightly quicker than Phoebe's. He's done a 49 flat, which you commented on, I believe, and that has brought him right back up to Phoebe.
Ross is very Will was very quick around here, so I would expect to see Will by the end of the race up in about P78.
Mikey's pulled a 1.5 second lead on Joker, and 2.3 seconds separates him and Biggles. But Biggles has got a half-second penalty.
Now, there has been a slight change up front in terms of, I think Tom is starting to creep closer to the back of Witchell now. He's starting to match his times a little bit more, so he's starting to keep that gap at 2.2. The tyre wear significance is now at least 2 laps, I would say. It is quite humongous. And Tom has also got better fuel, so I would actually say that this is going to be net position. I would say they're about level right now, and as you can see, Tom is closing in on Witchell very slightly. He's gained a 10 so far on this sector, so keep an eye on Captain Chubbs as well when he's going to serve this penalty on this straight. Now, Graham has dropped top of it from Captain Chubbs, so I don't think this is going to allow him past. It is not, but it does close him up within a couple of attempts. Yeah, that's Pagani's tyre wear is, I mean, look at compared to Rom, that's the pad I would suggest. Difference.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I believe Tom is on a controller.
He does have a wheel, but I'm pretty sure I would. Oh, is that Witchell having a slide there for that corner? I heard it. The tyre squealing, which is why Tom's gained a 10th on the exit of that corner.
I've seen 2 or 3 different lines through that adverse camber corner. I think it's adverse camber.
Now, let's. I'm going to suggest which one might be in this lap or next lap. Thinking 3 stops, 9 laps, 8-9 laps, 4 stints of 8 or 9, 1 stint of 9. So is he in this lap or is he going for another lap? He's going. He's in. Late dive. Okay, so
I do think this could be 2 or 3 laps extra for Tom here.
Now I think there's a possibility that Tom could do a 2-stop in which he might be on a 3-stop committing. Well, he's definitely committing to a 3-stop. There's no way he's managing a 2-stop.
Yeah, I do think as well that I do think Chubbs and Graham can also commit to this 2-stop as well. Potentially Lee and Ross. I think Panda, Pagani.
Witchell is out in P10, just in front of his teammate. So he's got some clean air. He's got SBY and Will in front of him, but he's got a little bit of clean air. But he is going to have some traffic. He's creating a little gap at least, but it's not plain sailing. One of those things, you don't have a race engineer, so you don't actually know where you're going to come out like when you come in. And
I don't know if you've noticed, but the gear changes of Tom and Witchell they're not revving it out as much as the other cars.
It does help in traction, I suppose, if you're not revving it out. Witchell, that's a big moment there.
But on the straights, you'll notice they upshift earlier.
It just helps save a bit of fuel. That's something I always do. I'm usually pretty decent on fuel because I just naturally save. It doesn't really affect your times really, and it gives you a little bit extra traction as well. So just something I've always done.
Interesting that though, isn't it? It's interesting to see that.
Witchell is
already over the back of SVY.
He's right there now, and he's past near enough already, isn't he? Now he's all over the back of him, but he's going to have to wait until this last corner. As he has a look down the inside now, it's going to be an easy overtake here down the inside. SVY, there's no point fighting it. He's just going to let him. No point ruining his race. What's that?
Yeah, so Panda is risking another lap here.
Pagani's in.
Panda.
As his tyres are a bit. Yeah, not great. Now Tom has picked up a penalty, which is not great, and his last lap was a 49.7. Compare that to Witchell, who is, I would suggest, is going significantly quicker than a 49.7 last time around.
He is, however, he has got a tiny bit of traffic in front of him, depending. I don't think Ross will pit this lap. I think Panda will. So he's still going to have to dispatch 1 or 2 cars.
No, he's coming across the first sector and he's purple. So he's on course for a 48 flat or 47. Whereas Tom is on course for a 49 probably. So it's going to be a 1.5 second quicker. So there's no doubt that Tom will come out well behind Witchell. However, Tom is going to have the advantage of tyres and on I would say a slightly more positive strategy.
Well, Witchell has only just gone over half, hasn't he, with his fuel? Obviously committing to this 3-star. I mean, if Tom can do...
Well, he's now right behind Will and he's getting held up. He's now half a second down on his best.
I think if Tom can manage to eke out 3 laps...
Oh, that's an incredibly executed move which was done there. He knew Will was probably going to run deep. He just went right to the outside, broke really early, cut massively back in and got the massive overspeed on the exit. It was well thought out by Witchell, that. Fair play.
I do think Tom's best chance here is to eke out 3 more laps. Do 13 and pit.
Well, he could do 11.
He could do 11.
It's probably the best one. I wouldn't say going 13 laps because his tyres are gone now. So
yeah, I suppose you're right there. Maths wasn't my strongest point.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm doing teaching. I need to know some maths. It's fine. I know,
but I also work in education, Zach, and that's...
It's fine. You've got special children. It's okay.
This is very true.
Oh, there's a yellow flag. Oh, it's Rom. Oh, yeah. He's in the multi-storey car park.
Oh, he's tried to find a car parking space and some bitch with a Fiat 500's in there and he hasn't seen it.
Oh yeah, that's just that was happening. Good point. Oh, Witchell down the inside of Ross. Ross once again. I think everyone's a bit like, yeah, just you might as well go through. There's no point fighting. Massively fresher tyres. It's just a waste of your time trying to fight it, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, especially at this point.
The good thing about for Tom in terms of, I know Tom's picked up a penalty and he keeps picking up penalties, which is not helping matters, but Witchell's using his fresh tyres up trying to get past people.
Graham has just made a move, sorry Zach, to interrupt you there. Graham has just made a move for second there. Chubbs ran very deep. I mean, I clicked to him.
I was going to suggest that Tom is massively extending the gap over Chubbs. Like, he did seem like he was massively dropping off. So. Yeah,
well, I did cut to Chubbs and it put him up in the sky. I didn't realise Chubbs was actually driving a Boeing 747. It then put him back on the track and Graham was on the inside. But Graham has overtook him and gone straight into the pits. Slightly worse tyre wear than Chubbs. His front left is a lot better than Chubbs though. Interesting that. Lee's doing another lap.
He's just done a 51.1 is that Chubbs, so he's... I mean, it's quite slow on pace compared to, which is just at 48.1, so I mean, I feel like that's too slow. You're losing 3 seconds there, aren't you? Graham's on softs.
Wow, okie dokie. I would just say as well that the Valvoline Pro Car for Dane has asked, is Fever. He's filling in for Simon, so he is on track. Joker's filling in for Callum and Mikey's filling in for Aaron.
Yeah, quite a few replacements today. Witchell's closing that gap quite considerably. T. Smith is obviously serving that penalty as well. So it's down to 16 seconds now, the gap between them. And T. Smith has went for another lap, so he's now went for 12 laps. So is he trying to...
Should I guess about 5 seconds the gap will be if T. Smith comes in this lap?
I would, it depends few. I think Tom will fill up more. But I think Tom is trying to do 12, 12, 9 on softs at the end.
Yes.
That's what I'm suggesting he's going to try and do. If he went in a lap 11, he was going to do, 2 stops on mediums. But if he's gone for 12 laps, that suggests to me he's going to try and get softs at the end.
Yeah, I don't think that's an awful strategy. Witchell is committed now to...
Witchell's past Lee.
The mediums.
Now.
Yes.
Up to P3.
Lee did collect a penalty as well somewhere on that lap. 15 seconds to Graham, so...
There's Tom
T. Smith is in now.
Now, Tom is going to come out, I would suggest, about... It depends how much he fills up. Now, Graham's on the softs, you need to remember as well. And Graham's filled up about 55, 60%. Tom is still currently filling up, and he is currently over 50. He's going to 61, so he filled up more than Graham. He's going to come out just ahead of Graham, I'm going to suggest.
Oh.
On softs.
Well, I think Graham will have him.
Oh, he will. No, he won't, will he? No, he won't.
But they are teammates, so this is what we've got to remember. So Graham will be doing his nine lap stint now.
Tom has filled up a bit more, and they're both doing their smaller stint on the soft tyres now. While Witchell is going to be on more medium shortly. I mean, the tyre we're on Witchell's car already, and they're on fresh soft, so the offset could be quite considerable here.
Yeah,
and fuel as well.
To see the gap, won't it? It'll be interesting to see the gap.
It's 15 seconds, so let's keep an eye on it, and we'll see.
We'll bookmark it. Mikey's still ahead of Joker and going well. 2.5 the gap to Biggles, who was Mikey is about to overtake him actually. Biggles has hit the wall coming into the multi-story car park. He's not settled yet.
I love how that's become a thing. Yeah. Oh my God, that's a
good catch, Mikey. But if you actually look, there is not a huge gap to Ross and Rom in front either. So going well, the GT.
So Rom had a big mistake. You obviously remember that multi-story car park mistake, and he's trying to go round out. He's having a fight with Ross. Now Ross is just having a bit of a nightmare race, to be honest, for Ross as usual.
Mikey's all over the back of Biggles here. He keeps looking for this switchback. Awkward place to overtake round here, but he's looking for it. He's doing it again. Mikey's he's putting him under a lot of pressure here. It's switchback after switchback that he's looking for. They're both so close, but this is bringing Joker back into it, so these three could be back into it. But Mikey and Biggles have picked up a penalty. But Biggles has run deep. Mikey's down the inside. Biggles has got to give him room. Biggles gets the traction over him, but Joker gets that big, wide, long run again.
It's actually
the overspeed. So it's back. We're back in lap, what was it, lap 6? Lap 6 action with Mike and Biggles both picking up the penalty.
Well, due to the fuel differences, Will's up to P6 at the moment. Now he's 9.7 seconds off FIBA, but he's got a humongous amount of fuel compared to him. I think my prediction for the end of the race is that Will will get FIBA and Pagani and will finish in the top 6.
Yeah, I mean, they're both majorly underfueled, haven't they? In comparison to what the other medium runners done. They must have just
the gap out front,
under maybe.
Just as you're speaking there, 8 tenths is closed. So T Smith is closing in, which is going to, I think that's going to start going more considerable shortly, because Witchell's now 2.5 times down through the second sector, and his tyres are half worn now, just over half worn. I'll look at them.
Yeah, the two Valvoline boys are. Sorry, I was going to call you Ross then, Zach. Wrong Scotsman. The Valvoline boys, well, I said the FIBA boys. The FIBA boys.
Side by side, enough.
I've had a bit of a nightmare this lap. Coming into the multi-story car park, they've both touched the wall on the inside. But that gap is closing between FIBA and Panda.
Yeah, and Will has got a massive amount more fuel. 25% more. So I would say that even Will's already maybe ahead of these two, actually.
I mean, we're talking about Tom and Witchell being in contention, but Graham's not too far off Tom either, so potentially both the Jaeger dive boys.
Look at T Smith there. There's a lap. 47.5.
And Graham's done a 48.1.
Yeah, Witchell's so it's going down, and it will continue to go down. And we're not expecting Witchell to be able. Well, maybe he can, but it would be difficult for Witchell to use softs at any point by the look of his tyre wear. At the moment, it looks like he's going to be doing 4 medium stints, but maybe he's going to try and squeeze in a soft stint somewhere. But I think his tyre wear was going to put him off using softs.
Yeah, there is a battle here for 7th. SBY is coming onto the back of Lee Cole. Oh, SBY's braver on the brakes.
Quite an offset on fuel between the two as well. SBY's got much less. Lee's filled up a lot more. Captain Chubbs is filled up significantly more, but Captain Chubbs had a bit of, as we said, a bit of a shocking end to his stint, where he was
I mean,
miles
he's
off.
had a 154 the previous lap.
It's
He
just
did on the end of lap 12.
I think he struggled at the end of that stint with tyre wear. Like he was matching Graham and he was doing well with Tom and things.
Well,
But
that lap 14 was his.
from lap 6 onwards, he was on 49s and 50s, whereas everyone else was still doing 48s and low 49s.
Yeah, so he came in lap 12. His out lap was 13, which means lap 14 he's just had a bad lap. He's got the pace. We've seen him have the pace.
Will's having an excellent excellent stint here. He's now only 5 seconds off the back of Feber and Pagani, who are not enjoying their laps at the moment. They're a couple of
really
dodgy laps.
They keep switching
Will is
lead
flying.
driver as well.
Will has really got the bit between his teeth here. He's flying along now when he's got some clean air. He's quick run through, he enjoys it, and it's coming down to 5 seconds. That's 4 seconds, that's closed. 4.5.
Exactly. And I mean, like we said, you know, obviously Will does enjoy that, but he's in clean air, there's no pressure behind him. It's amazing what a clear track can do. I mean, what's that? I can't even say it's not 4,000s, is it? Not 4/10s, 4,000s. No. 0.040.
I mean, that last lap, they've Feber and Pagani done. There's clearly been some moments there. I mean, that's 52.7 and 51. That's miles off.
Yeah, they're struggling in sector 1, which is where
Feber's just hit
all the time.
Feber's just hit the wall on the exit there. Over the bridge, but he actually got away with it at that time.
Lee SBY are still going on, but they've brought a Chubbs along with them now. Who isn't too far off Rom and Ross. But we missed the battle at the back here.
Well, Ross has just set up purple sector 1, so Ross has got some more pace now all of a sudden.
Well, what I will say is the back 3 rotating positions consistently, but Joker's just got past Mikey here. But Biggles has dropped to last, Joker's picked up a penalty now, and Mikey is in 13th. So these guys really going at it here. Really
they're having a really good fight between them, aren't they? A jolly good fight.
The gap out front's 11.
Yeah, it's closed in considerably, and I think Witchell is carrying on for another lap here, but his tyres are shot. This is I would say, so far from what I've done in GT1, this is the most interesting strategical race in terms of the variation of strategies here between the top guys. Like they're doing completely different things, and it's quite interesting to see how it's going to pan out at the end.
Now I don't know if Witchell just has struggled on his tyre wear this week, or
4 seconds now between Will and Feber.
Yeah, or if he just thinks it's maybe the faster strategy, you know. We don't know how much practice these guys put into strategy. I know I put in none, and that's possibly why I came 9th.
I mean, I've no comment about my race. It was actually going not too bad after about 9 laps, and then it went.
Well, just to let you know, guys, Zach got lapped.
Yeah, first time ever I got lapped. Never got lapped before. So
incredible and impeccable.
That was impressive for me. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, SBY hasn't passed Lee yet. And Chubbs, he's still on the back of them. But Ross has just jumped past Rom.
Rom's got a penalty as well.
Yeah. So, Mikey has been passed by Biggles, but Biggles has got a penalty. So Joker has served his penalty and Mikey hasn't jumped in, but Biggles and Joker are now fighting and Biggles has the penalty. So I think this could be yet again another change to the back 3.
It's constant.
I love it. This is
Witchell's
proper.
out.
Oh.
Right, okay, now, is he going to pit on mediums again, which I'm going to suspect? As Tom, once again, is continuing to close that gap, setting regular 47s, and once again, he's in the 47s. Witchell is filling up. Now, where he's going to come out? I'm going to suggest he's going to come out somewhere around Lee or SBY. Maybe in front of them, between Panda and Lee.
This is if Witchell has to go on the end on this is 15 laps. But he isn't. He's under fuel, so he's going for another stop somewhere.
Here comes Will getting past Witchell now. Witchell is coming out in between the gap between Will and Lee. So yeah, comfortable in a nice gap.
Let's watch this gap then between
Captain
Will
Chubbs
and
is past SBY now.
and he's now chasing Lee Cole. So I don't know if SBY's had a mare there.
Possibly.
No, he's 5/10 off. So I wouldn't say a huge mare, but Ross is now pulled out 1.9 seconds to Rom, and he hasn't even served his penalty yet. So Ross is now closing on SBY and Chubbs. Feber is now last after his pit stop. Mikey is 1.8 seconds off Joker and 1.4 the gap between Biggles and Joker, but that penalty is now being served by Biggles. So that 1.6 now falls down to 1, I would imagine. Just under? Yeah. Right. Derek, I was fine last night until it got dry. I was never fine at any point in that race, Derek.
Adam Raldo stayed wet as well. I was doing better on the wet.
So Mikey's now dropped. He's 2.9 seconds off now. I think it's just going to be down to good battling now if he can pull these positions back. I think his tyres are worn and he's got the least amount of fuel of the three.
Now, T. Smith regularly setting 47s, 48s. So he's still going to... I'm going to suggest he's going to try and get to lap 21 because he can do 12 laps on the... which means he's got another 2 laps after this. So that is pushing, I would suggest, these softs to the absolute limit, looking at his tyre wear already. Tom's actually slightly better than Graham on tyre wear. Graham's doing a good job of keeping up, but Graham's going to have a little bit more to do in terms of tyre wear. Will's having a fantastic middle stint here. When he's consistent.
Only lost half a second in 2 laps to Witchell. A lap and a bit. So, that's not horrific. Yeah, Derek, I feel your pain. I'm very glad that's over. I mean, I'm away now for the next 2 weeks for GT2 races and for commentary next week as well, which is very sad. But when I return, I'm coming with a vengeance to come 8th.
Witchell is going to start closing in now on Will.
Yes.
Will is going to be pitting in the next few laps, so I think by the time he gets to the back of Will already be pitted.
Yeah, so SBY's picked up a penalty here, which will draw him into Ross and pull Chubbs and Lee away. Chubbs hasn't closed the gap on Lee. In fact, Lee has pulled away. The lap times are not too dissimilar. In fact, Chubbs quicker on lap 17. But it was lap 16 where Lee pulled 3/10 on him. So very consistent close racing between the boys. As you can see, Rom, Biggles, Mikey, Feber, Pagani and Joker. All lapping a bit slower here.
Now Tom is now 4.6 seconds clear of Graham and he's heading on to his lap 20 now. And he's still on those soft tyres, he's still managing to do low 48, so he's still doing good pace. Witchell last time around set a 48 flat, which is his best lap of the race. However, it's only a 10 for 2 quicker than Tom, who's on worn soft tyres. So, good pace from Tom out front still. And I would suggest, I think Tom has got the upper hand at the moment.
Well, I think Tom's more than a pit stop ahead of Witchell, and I would also say that alongside that, Witchell, as he says, he's just gone purple by 2/10. Witchell will have to pit again, unless he's doing 16 laps on these mediums, which I highly doubt he will. Well, he's not because of the fuel. So, Tom's going to come out ahead of him, and has a pit stop still to do from Witchell. So, I don't think Witchell's timed this very well.
Yeah, so
unusual for the alien.
He is going to go. Witchell is going to go ahead after this pit stop, but then he's going to have that last one, and he's going to come out behind Tom, and he's going to be coming back at him towards the end. But it's whether he's going to have enough.
A great strategy this is from the Jaeger Dive boys. And yes, Derek, you do need to relearn Lego Maggiore.
Tom carries on, doing another lap.
So you are right. They are both. Jaeger Dive bombs are doing the 21 laps.
Yep, 12 laps.
And that's worked out perfectly, really, for them both, hasn't it?
Managing it just about. It's going to be a tricky last lap on the tyres, but interesting strategy that they clearly worked out previously, and know what they want to do here.
Yeah, so I think Feber's going to have to pit again. Obviously, Biggles, Rom, Ross, SBY, Chubbs, Lee, and obviously Witchell and Panda.
47.4, which will set on the medium tyres. Now that is rapid on the medium tyres. Now that is that's laying down a marker, isn't it? That.
Yeah, that's saying, look, I'm not gone just yet.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very interesting towards this last stint. As he's now going to get held up slightly by Will, who's racing for position, and Will's tyres are absolutely cremated.
Yeah, I do think Witchell will be going on to softs. I have a sneak feeling.
Witchell's trying to squeeze round. Going to go round the outside. He's got a small straight where Witchell will get past. Just traction's superior.
So it's 19 seconds to Graham, which leaves it 20 seconds. So that leaves it 25 seconds to Tom. So he's gained 2 seconds on them.
Tom's tyres are full.
They are, and Graham's also. So these boys will need to pit this lap, put on the mediums, go to the end. That's 12 laps. They did it first in, so they can do it again. But Witchell has
and they're going to have less fuel, so which is easier.
So
as
Graham
well.
needs to pit again. So
now Tom's slightly more fuel than Graham.
Yes.
Not much. Now they are going to drop behind Witchell. There's no doubt about that. Now I'm going to suggest that he's going to be somewhere around Lee Call, Captain Chubbs SPY, which is going to be a difficult position to come back out. And I think they're going to come around about the P5 to 7, 8 lap.
Yeah, because these won't be coming in. I think SPY will be coming in the end of this lap as his tyres no longer exist. Rom's picked up another penalty, bless him. I am right, yes, SPY is in. Rom's picked up his probably 19th penalty of this race.
Actually good for Tom, he's come out behind them. A little bit behind them, so that's not too bad actually, because they're going to be pitting soon, all of them, so he might not get held up too much by them, because Rom's going to be in shortly. Then he's got Ross, Chubbs and Lee are going to be in soon as well, so this, as much as it looks like he's got a long way to go here in terms of people in front of him, it's not as bad as it looks. Chubbs is going for Lee here, down the inside at the end of the bridge. He gets past. Lee's having a look back. No, he's keeps ahead. Now, yeah, so it's going to be interesting, this one, because Witchell's got to come back in again, and he's got to fill up more fuel. He is, I don't think there's a doubt, he's going to come out behind Tom. And maybe Graham as well, and he's going to have to get back. And I think he's going to do, come out behind Graham. Graham can try and hold him up a bit for Tom.
Yes, he
They're
can.
teammates.
But my only worry is, when are these medium runners going to come in? It's 11 laps now. Tom did 9 laps on the softs.
Now Rom is coming in this lap. His fuel's gone, so that's going to be one out of the way.
I imagine Ross will as well.
Yes.
So actually, that is
it's all right.
A large gap between Lee and
Chubbs. By the time he catches up to Lee and Chubbs, they'll be in the pits as well. Look at their fuel. So as much as this looks bad, that's what I said. It looks bad in terms of he's got 5 cars or something between him and Witchell. Do you know what I mean? Like 4 cars. They're all going to be pitting by the time they get there.
Yeah. Graham's got a Biggles in the way, but I think Biggles will be in this lap, so I don't think he needs to worry too much there.
Yeah, this is very interesting, this, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Right,
Mikey's
okay,
now
so
solidified
they're all
fourth
in,
from the back.
Ross and Rom. And as we suspected, there's a 7.5 second gap between Tom and Lee, so by the time Tom catches that, Lee and Chubbs will be in the pits anyway. The T-Smith, the gap is 19 seconds, so it's... Obviously, you need to think that Witchell does have less fuel, so that tyre wear will be slightly offset by the fuel differentiation between the two. Now Tom is coming across the bridge. We'll see his sit to run time, which is a 10th down on his best, which was matched basically Witchell's best time. So that's not bad. And remember, Witchell was pushing more on his stints. Tom's saving more on his stints. which was now back in the 48. So I'm enjoying this. Differentiation between the two strategies is quite fun. Ross has got a penalty and has got Rom 8 times behind him, so it's gonna. Rom's not going to overtake him, but well, actually might, because Ross has had an awful run through this the multi-story car park, which has allowed Rom teammates to get back past. Now these have done their last stops, and Biggles has come back out. Joker and Mike might have to do another lap, another stint. You know, just don't know if they've timed this wrong. Looking at their tyres, particularly Joker, whose tyres look pretty shocking already, and he's got 10 laps to do. Not sure if he's going to manage 10 laps on those, I'll be honest. Now T Smith has actually lost half a second to Witchell. He's just currently crossing the line 48.5, and it was a 47.9 last time around, so half a second. This is very interesting.
This is going to be an interesting race, I will admit.
And now Lee, he's going to be in at the end of this lap. His tyres are gone. Yep. Captain Chubbs may manage all that, but I would suggest he's probably going to bin. Now Graham is 6.7 seconds behind Tom. Now I think Witchell's going to come out just behind Graham.
I reckon by the time he pits, I think he'll come in between the pair of them.
Do you
and
think?
Then it will be, I think it will be then a push to overtake Tom. But that means defensive time for Tom.
What I will say is Graham has just set a personal best for the first sector. But bearing in mind his best is a 47.9, so he's on for a mid to high 47, which is faster than what Witchell's going at the moment. So if he can eke out a little bit more, then Witchell might still come out behind him. Because Witchell's tyres are going to start coming off now.
Yeah, I reckon there's 2 laps there, 3 maybe.
Well, it depends. If he's wanting to go on softs, he needs to get this to 26, 27, because he was only doing 8 or 9 laps in the mediums. He's not going to be able to get 8 laps on the softs or something like that. He's going to only get 6 or 7 max. So he is carrying on. It's going to be interesting what he pits and puts on. He sets a 1:48.2.
Well, he pitted on lap 17, end of lap 17.
Now Lee's in, there we are. Chubbs does carry on one more lap.
So Witchell's already done 8 laps on the mediums now.
Yeah, and Tom is a couple of times off this time around, but not much.
But Witchell less fuel, that's going to play a part.
Yeah. And Witchell is pushing, you can tell. It's whether Witchell is going to try and go into the softs here or not.
Oh, he's got to.
He's going to try and push these to the...
Yeah.
He's going to have to try and push these to lap 27 or something though, and that's going to be... that's pushing his mediums to the limit.
Yeah, no, definitely. This wear has been the best stint for him. Stint 1, I don't know what was happening with him. He was all over
melting
the
tyres, wasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. It was almost like you put him in an oven. But what I will say is, we haven't really done much on them, but the Valvoline boys in 5th and 6th are looking good. However,
they've got
you made the call earlier that Fieber and Pagani would be jumped by Panda, who has set a personal best in Sector 1.
And he is
pit again.
Yeah, he's jumped him.
Lee is behind him. He's 6 seconds behind Panda, and he is on the softs. So Lee's already put the softs on now. That, to me, might be slightly too early. As you can hear my dogs in the background, as I'm sure.
I mean, the Tom and Graham managed 9 laps, so maybe all right.
Yeah. So the only ones left to pit are Mikey and Joker, but I don't know if they're going to the end.
Now, so Fieber and Pagani will probably put on softs. I'm going to suggest, possibly.
Yes.
Captain Chubbs is in. He's literally no fuel left.
Mikey's last Marley. Sorry, I just had to get that out there.
19.5 seconds now, so that gap's closed a tiny bit. It went up to 20. It's closing a tiny bit now. Witchell will be in maybe this lap or next lap. I am worried for Witchell if he puts on softs. I will be honest. I'm not. He's going to put on softs, but I am not quite sure those softs are going to make it to the end on his car with the way his tyre wear is.
Well, this lap has been much better stint for him. I think he's done 12 laps. He would have done 11 laps. So, no, he would have done 10. So, I think he might get away with it. Just.
Now, Fieber's back out on mediums. Just to, sorry, interrupt. So it's not soft there going on. Interesting. And he's back out in P12. Was that P12? No, P12. P12, yep. Biggles rounds him.
Yeah, so he's now in P12. Obviously, he's got Biggles in front of him. He will have the pace on Biggles. He's been more consistent. Luckily, he's got the gap to Joker and Mikey, who have both split themselves up. Joker's, he's had a big slide. Luckily, slid perfectly into the angle of the corner, and Mikey's ran deep anyway.
Tom has gained 7 tenths on this lap, and Witchell is in. Now, here we go. I'm going on board with Graham. I think he's going to come out just behind Graham. That is my prediction. I'm not sure. This is a guess. Educated guess, but...
The only thing is Witchell is now... His tyres are now on, and the fuel is going in. So, he doesn't need to refuel much. Tom is going to get past him, but Witchell will now be on the softs. So, Tom has passed. Graham is coming down the straight now. So, Witchell's coming out of the pits. Graham has got ahead.
Witchell on softs, Graham's ahead. Yeah, I was right. Just behind.
So there's 8 seconds between
12
Graham and
seconds
Tom.
It is between
and 12
Tom.
seconds
12 and a
between...
half.
Yeah.
And he's on softs. Tom's on mediums. 12 and a half seconds. He's got 6 laps. He's got, 7 including this one. Witchell is going to be pushing these softs to the limit, trying to get 7 laps out of them. Bearing in mind the difference in tyre wear between them. Tom was dead after 9 laps, and Witchell's tyre wear is much worse than what Tom's and Graham's was. This is I think this stint is pushing Witchell's tyre wear to the limit, and he's got 12 and a half seconds to catch up. I don't think Witchell's going to get Tom here. I just can't see it. I can't see him gaining that amount of time with his tyre wear and with this little laps left.
Well, he's gained a second on Graham already. Derek's put in the chat at 1:45's question mark. I'm thinking maybe he's gonna need to lap
46s.
2.5 seconds quicker than Tom a lap.
2 seconds. He's 12 seconds ahead, so he's 6 laps. It's 2 seconds in, so he's gonna have to be aiming for 46s.
You have time for overtaking.
Yeah.
And Graham.
Low 46s he needs, and it's gonna be. I think that's pushing it. I'll be honest, even for Witchell.
Definitely. So he's 2.6 to Graham now. Graham just needs to hold him off, even for 5-6 corners.
Chubbs is flying, by the way, just to let you know. He's purple for the second set turn. He's catching up to Lee. Now, Captain Chubbs is on softs. Lee's on softs as well. Big fuel differentiation between the two. Chubbs looks like he's over fueled slightly.
But he did hit the pits at 0 fuel. So
Pagani's
might be. Yeah, it might be that he's potentially a bit heavy on the fuel. On his throttle, sorry.
Witchell has gained 2 seconds on that lap. Now, that is what he needs every single lap. And bearing in mind he's got Graham, this is fascinating. I'm just not sure if he's got the pace here. This is... Oh, he's 1.5 tenths purple. Bear in mind, Captain Chubbs' lap is a 47.1, which is the current fastest, and he did catch up to Aaliyah in the end of that lap as well. So I think Witchell is comfortably on here for a low 46 at the moment.
Wow. Well,
look at Graham. Oh my God, he's gained massively. He's 9.6 seconds now. This is tight.
Graham's going to know that Witchell will pass him.
Yeah, he's going to have to hold him as much as possible.
It just depends of how long Graham can keep Witchell behind him. Now this is
because if he has to push the tyres,
he's look at up into sector 2.
He's on for a low 46.
This is the corner where Witchell will get the most time from, and this will be the overtaking zone, and into turn 4-3, I think it is, the heavy braking zone just before the multi-story car park.
But I'm actually going to be honest. I think this, but not for action purposes, but in terms of strategy, this has been one of my favourite races. Just to watch the difference in terms of. Oh, I don't think Graham's going to have much to deal with, to hold him up here with, to be honest.
Which has caught Graham at the perfect time, hasn't he? He's dipped out of slipstream. He's got a 46.5.
He's going to try.
Not only is it low,
going around the outside. Here we go. It's ballsy. He's got him. Oh, a move. Incredibly important as well. 8.5 seconds. He's got this lap and 4 more left. It is going to... I think if it does happen, it'll be on the last lap.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Tell everyone to join. This is going to be very, very interesting. Right.
Chubbs has got lead.
Whitchell Street.
Wells in P4 at the moment. I mean, I know he's got Chubbs and Lee, who are catching quickly and they're on better tyres.
But very consistent lap times from
I don't know what's happened.
Chubbs is lapping a second
Fever and
a lap quicker.
Biggles are side by side going round the fast section. Biggles is holding off. Fever and Pagani are down in P11 and P12. I don't think their strategy's worked out at all.
No.
They ended up dropped down massively, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. Fair play to Biggles, who has come back up through the field.
Yeah, I don't know how Biggles has ended up in P10, I'm not sure.
SBY's recovered well as well. He's into 7th, but he's lost that gap to Lee and Chubbs. Of course, he was right on the back of them both. And now he's 11.3 seconds off them. Well, if Whitchell does catch Tom will be regretting the 2 penalties that he got.
Oh yeah, 100%. Now, it's 6.5 seconds the gap is. There is now, when he crosses the line, 4 laps left. He is lapping 2 seconds a lap quicker at present, which is enough to get him within half a second on the last lap. With 1 lap to go.
It is just under. It is 2.033.
Yeah. So he's going to get him. He's going to be with him in the last lap. But as I've already highlighted, it's whether Whitchell can keep his tyre wear, because you need to look at Whitchell's tyre wear right now. He's already nearly halfway, and he's still got 3 more laps after this. And Tom's tyres are in pretty decent nick for medium, so it's whether he's going to maintain this level of pace when the tyres wear off, and I don't think he's going to be able to. So I think he's going to be with him right at the end of the last lap, offsetting for tyres, like right at the very end. But I just don't think if he's going to have enough at the end left in those tyres.
So Panda's picked up a penalty and Chubbs is all over the back of him. I did say he was lapping a second a lap quicker, and yeah, Panda's had a 49 flat and Chubbs has had a 47.5. So Will's had the penalty there. Chubbs is going to go down the inside. No, he thinks better of it. He knows Will's got that. He's not going to catch Graham in front. He can be patient here, Chubbs. Put Panda under a bit of trouble as he hits the wall there.
Whitchell has nearly gained 2 seconds on this lap again. He's 4.5 seconds now as they come towards the last corner. So as they cross the start-finish line, he has gained another 3 attempts in the last corner. It's 4.1 seconds. There is now 3 laps left. And the more this keeps coming down, the more I'm thinking this might actually happen. As Tom, 2.4 seconds slower on the last lap. Oh my days.
Now, it's going to boil down to, can Tom be a bit quicker? And can Whitchell's tyres hold on?
Because look at that tyre is nearly already at Tom's level. It's not far off, and he's still got over 2.5 laps to do here.
Yeah. What's helped Whitchell here is he caught Graham at the best time possible. Mm-hmm. Good run out of the last corner, down the slipstream on the back, got the slipstream in the back straight, took him out the tunnel. Great move down the outside. So Chubbs has passed Panda before the penalty, but Panda has got a half-second penalty, so he will drop to 6th. Which is unfortunate for him. He's had a very, very good race up until here. Rom is all over the back of SBY. Ross is in no man's land, but being chased down by Pagani, who's 1.8 behind him. However, Pagani is bringing up Biggles with him, but Biggles has picked up a penalty, which is going to allow Feber to jump from 12th to 11th. The GT2 boys are in 12th, 13th and 14th. There's 3.1 seconds to Joker from Mikey, who is catching him, and there's 35 seconds between Joker and Feber. As Feber looks down the inside to Biggles at the end of the bridge, thinks better of it. Huge difference in tyre wear. It's 2.3 seconds the gap between Tom and
Yeah,
Mitchell
it's 2
now.
seconds again on this lap, just roughly 2 seconds. So he is going to be with him on the last lap. No doubt about that.
I think he'll be with him the lap before. He'll catch him at the end of this lap. So
His
yeah,
tyres are quickly catching up with Tom's though, so we're getting to that. We're getting closer to the crossover point where it's going to be they're quite similar pace, and it's just going to be about who manages it better, I think. And now Feber is round the outside of Biggles. There he is.
yeah. And what I will say
it.
though is, he's not gaining as much. I was about to say he's not gaining as much in the corners, but he's just at 2/10 out of Tom there. But Tom's had a good exit though, and gained a little bit of time back. So this is what we're going to say. This is the advantage of the softs is they have more grip. So
that's them now level.
Later on the braking. So the advantage that Witchell did have on the softs
It's now gone.
is now gone. However, the slipstream will come into
Tom
play.
didn't have a good run through there. That was dodgy. He's gained 3 temps. And
So
Witchell is
he
now
will be in slipstream range.
is
I
just
imagine,
outside
coming
at
onto
the moment. But he's going to be in it,
will.
you would think. Yeah, he's in it
he
now.
already is.
Now, it's going to be about his exit on the last corner. Can he hold him off? Because their tyres are both now absolutely shot. Tom has more fuel, interestingly. Now, Witchell's had a good run here. This is it. As they head on to the last, coming around to the last corner to head on to the last lap. Witchell is there. He is now near enough alongside them. Tom goes to the inside. Witchell goes to the outside. He tries to go the long way round. Witchell breaks early, tries to get a good cut back. He's alongside. He's going to be side by side going down the start-finish straight. But because he's already side by side, he's not gaining any slipstream, which means they are neck and neck, side by side. On the last lap of the race, Witchell takes the lead. Tom tries to hold it. Witchell goes through. Can he come back at him? The tyres, Witchell's are fully red now. Is fuel going to play any part in this?
This is going to be down to tyre wear now. So Witchell's tyres are gone. He's used it all trying to overtake Tom, which is good. He's now ahead. He's got the track position. However, no tyre wear, but Tom's got a slither, but that slither is still enough to grip. So
he's gaining with a slipstream now. He's gained a little bit. Witchell's moving away though. I think this is over. Witchell's moving away a bit. He's nearly out of slipstream range. Tom having a squirm there on the throttle. Witchell. It looks like he's got less done. A second clear.
All it needed
still
was
got
Witchell
tyre.
to catch.
Still got enough.
All it needed was Witchell to catch Graham at a different part of the track, and this would have had it. It's played out perfectly. This has been a swan song of a race here for Witchell.
His fuel's
Absolute
managing.
Swan song.
He's got enough in fuel. Just enough.
What? Wow. Well, what an end to this race.
That was
Tom's going to be angry at that.
That was close. He's managed it somehow again. Coming home,
Wow.
Witchell takes
Congratulations,
P1
Witchell.
from Tom.
What a race.
Jeez,
Tom unlucky there. Graham with a great drive. Third place. Team Jaeger dive bombs picking up huge points in the constructors here. Chubbs was third for majority of this race.
He's had an excellent last stint to recover.
But P4, he's had a much better exit and a much better end to the race. Sorry.
Lee P5, that's a good result for him.
Yeah, Panda P6. He won't be too disheartened with that. Chubbs and Lee were bound to get
Got
in
my
on the
prediction
softs.
right there. Top 6.
You did. Rom comes
Oh,
across the
that's quite
line
a good
in
one for him.
7th. GT2's last season's champion. A good
No,
race
it
from
wasn't.
Rom.
It was Sai.
It was, Si, wasn't it?
SUY P8.
Sorry, Si.
Pagani P9. Fevers P10. Ross P11. And there's Biggles P12. And then Joker is coming.
Mikey could catch Joker here. There's 15 seconds the gap.
Oh, no, he's not. But Mike's nearly round.
Right. Come on. Joker's going to come home in 13th. Mikey. He's playing. He's
round.
Fun.
Ah.
You've got this, Mike. It's the taking part that counts.
Why is he launching in second? He's went down the first gear. It's like he's launching in second gear.
He's trying to do a race start. He's trying to do a race start on lap 33 with worn softs.
Our Joker P13 Mike is coming around now.
And he will finalise the grid. P14 for Mikey, Whitchell takes pole, fastest lap, the win. Mikey gets a participation medal, and then we have it.
What end to the race that was. Jeez, that was I can't actually believe that went to the last lap. We thought it might, but yeah, that was that was quite crazy, wasn't it? Right, well, that rounds out our race for this evening. Whitchell takes the win from Tom, and Graham rounds out the top 3. Captain Chubbs taking P4, and good results there for Will as well, taking away P6. Lee taking away P5. So yeah, some good results there for quite a few of the guys there. So there'll be some happy people. I'm sure Tom will be absolutely gutted though. But what a race that was. Well, that is the end of this week. Obviously, we'll be GT3 on Wednesday, and then remember it's special week next week for the Thursday, Friday. So I believe it's Thursday Spa, Friday Maggiore.
Yes.
So yeah, the rules are getting finalised for that, and it should be getting posted shortly. So yeah, keep an eye out for that in the Discords. But yeah, join us again next week, Wednesday, for GT3, Thursday and Friday. Not sure how it'll be in comms, because obviously it's slightly different how the special event works, so it might be a slightly different order and slightly people doing different commentaries. So obviously, Oven will not be here as well, so we'll be probably a mixture of me, Lee, and a few others doing commentary for you next week. But thank you very much for joining us for this evening, and we'll see you again next week.